la la.
Good afternoon, everyone. Captain Lane speaking, and wishing you a safe travels to your crypto destination. For those of you traveling with mice, please securely position your cursor over the like button below and right-click with your favorite finger. For those with touchscreen devices, we ask that you gently press the
Greetings to the crypto community. We are pseudo-anonymous. We are here to smash that like button. We believe this content needs to reach more people like you. We are watching. We are listening. Most importantly, we are liking and subscribing. We are pseudo-anonymous. Expect us.
Hey, Kimmy, baby, I had a book over here in this drawer. You seen it?
You mean a little black book? Oh, honey, I cleaned out those drawers in that whole room and made a big donation to Goodwill. But don't worry, we can get you another one.
Oh, hell no.
You're never going to believe what happened to me today at the Goodwill. I found a book of seed phrases, honey. I can get those hair transplants now. Oh.
Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Somebody forgot to turn Elvis off. Sean? All right, so, hey, let's see, Brackage is here. This is a member-only stream. I haven't done one in a while, and I figured, well, it's about time to get back in and start talking about my spot margin experience here during all the fun stuff that we've had since we started talking about it, because it's been a choppy market. And so when it comes to the spot margin, if it's something new to you, I mean, the best ways I've found to use it is when we get big pullbacks with crash. And if you got a bag of something that's sitting over on a wallet, well, my idea was during these lows, whatever pullbacks that we get, it's a great time to put those bags in and then start trying to build a little bit of a position that you can even play the ranges. And that's what I've had to do with the scenario that we got. I mean, ideally, we would like to get in with our positions in a spot margin thing. This is what we're hoping for. We can get in on a bottom and then we can catch a big wave up. Has not happened yet, so we've been in a lot of accumulation. It's given us a lot of opportunities to accumulate. It's given us a lot of opportunities to get liquidated, which, you know, on this big move here, I lost some good bags, good moon bags I've been working on for a while. Near being one of them. I had like 1,000 near. I do not have 1,000 near anymore. But it didn't wipe me out totally. That sucked. I think I lost a near position, a link position, Q&T. I think I had roughly about between 10 and 20. I can't remember Q&T. Don't have that now. It did leave me with little bits, like 10% of whatever I had. And so I've been having to work with those backs to build them up. My Near, my Link, Q&T I'm not really concerned about. She's not been that great of a performer anyway, but it's there, so I've been working it, and it's been growing a little bit. I did not have any SWE, but I think it was down on this move here outside of getting the SWE. That was good. I just put like maybe $300 in it, and it turned into like, oh gosh, I don't know, over 1,500. So that was cool. So there's been some good plays because, you know, as we got liquidated, our numbers started coming down, went into drawdown because these numbers over here were pretty good. And then you see that number go all the way down and you're like, holy crap. And, you know, it reminded me of a few lessons that I think is important to share and some things to consider. Spot margin is cool if you can get it in the right spots. But trying to get in up here and build a bag when we're in the highs does not work out very good. Also, chasing these candles, adding a little as it goes up. I mean, it sounds good, feels good at the times, but when price comes down, that works against you. So I think a little bit more discipline and just kind of only buying on the dips and on red is a lot better than trying to chase those or add, you know, on the positions. Sometimes, you know, if we get in a real good run like this, we want to add to the dips and things like that, or the little dips, but we're not there yet. So that can kind of work a little bit against you. It's been an adventure, but here is what my plan is now. And we got to look at Bitcoin to kind of make our plans for what we're going to do with our altcoins and spot margin as well as total 3. But where we are, you know, we were in this trend and we lost it. We come down and we might find support. There's a chance that we could get a nice strong move here because, you know, we are hanging around this 382 Fibonacci area trying to catch it. It can lead to a nice big move that could take us seriously up here to $75,000 for real. That would be the measure that we're looking for there. And even doing your AB equals CD moves right there at 618 takes us right there. So that's where this is coming from. That would be the height of the target, 75,000. A few other areas to notice in between, 70,000, 72,000, right in that area. That's if we get a strong move. It can happen, but what also can happen, and what we're, you know, leaning toward happening, since we're below the 200 moving average, we got a lot of catch up to do on these moving averages. 50 hasn't even crossed over the 200 to give us that move. So, and I think we would have to see that before we got a move up to there. Personally, I think we would have to have something of some more bearish crosses on these moving averages. So what we could be doing is coming up for a bearish retest and maybe retesting 64,000. 200 moving average is coming in about 63,000, and that could be enough to just give us you know, a bearish retest and bring us down maybe to the same areas, double bottom, or come down a little lower, maybe 55,000. And that's fine as long as we make a higher low than what we had here, and hopefully above any of these that we had over here. We're good to start working our way up to these, you know, higher areas. Maybe not 75 right off. This one down here would get us, you know, somewhere around 72. So that's really what I'm looking for. I'm going to use a little bit of a short-term strategy, taking profits on my altcoins as we come up here, rather than trying to hold on to the little big old bags I've got, because we don't know. And if we drop lower and get lower on altcoins, well, then that lets me build up my bags and make up my losses even that much quicker. So that's my game plan that I'm looking at. Just seeing Bitcoin come up. We have to fill it out. More than likely, we'll probably get some kind of retest here, bearishly, and come back down a little bit. Or maybe we'll just go to the moon in October. But taking a look at altcoins here, we got a good retest area going on right here. So altcoins could be coming back, and they might break back into this pattern, and they might shoot up here, and that might be a pretty good move out of altcoins. I want to capitalize on it. Remember, we got a 200 moving average here too, so we've also got some resistance. So we might be seeing the same thing of altcoins too. Might be seeing some kind of rollover. Whether it breaks this and comes back further, I don't know. It could. But we might have, I'm not getting the sense that we're ready to just bump up with that mega green candle taking us up past 70,000 just quite yet. I think it's coming. I would say maybe the next 8 weeks we can start seeing that kind of happen, but in those 8 weeks I think we got some up and down, and I'm trying to capitalize on it. There is, we're on the crazy woo woo page on total 3, so I've been playing around with these a little advanced woo-woo techniques, and I do want to keep an eye on this day here, October 8th. So somewhere between the 6th and the 8th is what I'm getting on some of these charts. That there might be a big move. So I don't know if we're going to. What we got on total 3 here? What could play into that scenario? And I'm on the day list that even though we got to bounce off this trend line and coming up here, maybe we come back down, and then on this day we start getting our. I mean, I don't know. We've just got to keep an eye on, but we can get rejected here at this 21 moving average trend line. It's more likely. It can be more likely than not. If we see it break into here, that's good. We're going to retest this 9 moving average and possibly this 200, and that'll be upsides. But then we might look for a rollover there. Unless we get really lucky and it just pushes right on up to the top of the channel here. That would be great. So we got some scenarios to kind of play with. But rather than me going just gung-ho and saying, oh, we're just going to go ahead and do this, I'm just going to load up now, I'm playing it safer because, man, I've been through this stuff before. It's not fun. I can always add into my bags at pullbacks if we start getting away and start going really bullish, but I need a plan. So let me get over. We'll pull up my spot margin account. Where are you, spot margin? Let's drag you over here. So this is where we're standing now. We're at 88. I'm telling you, man, the drops that I see on this, I mean, it is a roller coaster ride, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Now, I've got some complaints about my spot margin position and some warnings here. I have a lot of coins. I have a lot of bags. I have more bags than I need. And my whole point of moving things over here was to help me weed them out. I want to build them up on the bottom and then kind of sell them out as they start going up. The problem was the market did not agree with my theory and it decided to dump. So that put me in a little bit of a conundrum. So I could still build bags, but I had to do it carefully, cautiously. And, you know, as I said, even lost some on the way down. So that sucked. Did not like that. Another point that I want to mention here that I know I want to bring. Yeah, this is important. I think this is important. This runs into my thoughts on all this. The spot margin is a great strategy if you're going with the trend. Excellent if you're going with the trend. Now, there's ways to short, and I was doing some of that, and I'll go over some of these techniques and stuff that I've been using, mostly playing ranges, to kind of help that and kind of hedge a lot of this stuff, you know. But what's happening? Let's say, you know, maybe you're in the middle where you open your positions, and you know you're not opening at the tops or anything, and you're in a trend, but maybe you're somewhere in the middle at a support level, and it went down. Well, as prices in drawdown, remember you do have a loan, and there is interest on that loan. And at some points, that interest is higher, depending on what direction we're going. And if we're going down, I believe that the interest rate is higher for those holding. And so slowly over time, you're going to see that. Now, here's something that I stopped doing. I was taking profits. Where'd you go, man? When I would get profits on my altcoins, when they'd hit a target or something, I would take some of that and roll it over here to my Bitcoin loan, and I would start paying this sucker down. What I started noticing over time is that sucker just slowly keeps going up. So I pay it down, yeah, but you know, a day or two, it's right back where it was. And that's during the drawdown period, right? Or any period, it's going to keep doing it, but you notice it more in the drawdown because your prices are coming down, whatnot, willy-nilly, and it eats away at you. You'd be surprised because look, when you think about it, I mean, my equity I think is 88,000, but I've borrowed 144,000. Now think of interest on 144,000. I've been doing this for several months. It can add up and eat away if we're in a downtrend, and so I've been noticing that. So what I started doing is when I do take profits in altcoins, I'm buying Bitcoin, and I think that's a much better strategy. I'm just buying Bitcoin because I can add that up while we're still in bottom, decent prices in Bitcoin, and then say we hit 75,000, I can sell a portion of this, or I can just borrow some and short it at that point. I've been doing a little bit more of that technique. Right now, I've only got 2.02 Bitcoin over here for my position. I think my actual equity in Bitcoin doesn't really tell on this screen. It tells me on my phone, and I kind of miss that because that's important information for me. And it's somewhere around 0.8 Bitcoin is the equity. And how this works is that as Bitcoin goes up, you know, my equity of 0.83 or 0.7, it fluctuates, right? But as the price of Bitcoin goes up, if, you know, I get more and more of a percentage of this 2.2 Bitcoin that I've got here. And my original game plan was we'll just take all the profits and pay down this loan, and then we will walk out with 2 Bitcoin. And that can work, but I find it better just to go ahead and buy the Bitcoin, add that up, and then, you know, we can sell or short at higher levels to really make a dent on this. It doesn't do good just to pay a little, and it's just catching right up with you. You're really just giving over your gains to interest, and that kind of makes you think, man. Because I was taking lots of profits on some of these altcoins, and instead of paying their balance down to help build these bags more, you know, I'm coming over here and just paying it on the interest on Bitcoin. I changed that. I started buying Bitcoin now. And focusing on my bags a little bit. Now, my risk tolerance, I mean, I've been adding when we were down to build some of these bags, because I've got to. I'm down. Let's go to profit and loss before I get into that. Let's give a background of where I've been on this journey, because I'm in drawdown. And what drawdown means, there's several different ways to look at it, but one definition of drawdown is you look at where you are at the highest peak, and then how far you've come down from there. It's not really a fair assessment, as like, you know, few people will be taking profit at that level. Few people will realize that level, but, you know, it gives us a, you know, at least a goalpost or something to go with. Can we turn this on the dark? Do you not have that? All right, so 7-day profit and loss. Today, you ever hear these influencers? They're like, oh, well, I'm not going to trade today. I'm already up $6,000 today. Yeah, they're talking about their big bags that just happen to be fluctuating up or down. They could be like me, be down $22,000 over 7 days and be up $6,000 and just tell you, I already made $6,000 one day today. And like, it's unrealized, baby. It's unrealized. That number don't really matter. It don't really matter. Let's go back 90 days here when all the fun started. Oh, really? Sweet. I'm only down 17. Man, I've seen this thing down $50,000, dude. I mean, and that's one other thing, you know, the bigger amounts that you got to play with, especially if margin. I mean, on spot, it's not bad. You see your portfolio go up and down. It goes up and down 20,000 on spot, and they're kind of, okay, well, it sucks. Maybe I should do something with it. I don't know. But when you're on margin, it's not 20,000. I mean, you're going up and down, you know, $50,000, and it's like, holy crap, this is almost 30% of what I got in. It starts working on you. It will start working on you. You're like, and then you're just like, oh shoot, look how close I am to liquidation. So I've had to tell myself, you got to lighten up, baby. You got to lighten up, and you got to get rid of some of these bad habits, such as adding when the things start going up. Sometimes I do that. Usually little nibbles. My Degen tries to get me. So I mean, when I'm talking nibble, I may have orders spaced out at $10 orders on some of these positions, some of these thousands and thousands of dollars positions. When I'm talking, saying nibbling, I mean nibble. I have to get really strict on that. I mean, okay, all right, Degen, you can buy $10 worth of it. That's it. That's the only way I can control that little guy. He don't want to miss out. It's hard controlling these emotions. You got to do whatever you can do. Me, I just got to give him a little bit of rope to hang himself. Can we go back further, because I don't feel like I'm getting the real gist of everything? Because, babe, can we show him here? All right, so here we go. I can show here. So the highest level I got with what I had at the time, I have added other stuff at the time since we've been down to help me kind of make this stuff back up, because I want to go back up to this number again, right? Remember, I did lose a few positions, so I've had to kind of counterbalance for that. One of the things I brought in was Nakamoto Games when she was down about 70 cents. Yeah, that helped. That's starting to turn into one of my bigger positions now. So I was up to like $151,658, and that looked good. And I felt like a genius. I'm like, oh man, this is rocking. And then, you know, the Bitcoin conference was over or whatnot. Or it was looking good even after the Bitcoin conference. I was up at 140. So from before the Bitcoin conference to the Bitcoin conference, I mean, I dropped 20,000 there or more. And at this point in the game, you got to think, hey, man, that's 20,000 is just gone. If I could have took that out, I'd have 20,000. You know, you get these thoughts, and that's good. It makes you reevaluate your strategy and how effective it is. Taking more profit. That was something I wasn't doing. Oh, I'm doing it now because I'm saying, oh, you got to take profits in this game. That interest will make a difference, and those fees that you're paying will make a difference. So those ideas. But anyway, she dropped down to the lowest down here. 59,000, man. I mean, imagine that. You're from 150 something thousand down to 50 to 60,000. That was scary as F. And I did not like that. And it made me reevaluate things. Like, what really are you doing here? Now, I lost about 13,000 on futures working on this strategy. And I'm telling you, I was all caught up in that strategy, just trying to work out this little system for futures. And I almost had it. I really did. They got me within $1. They got me within $1, and then it was gone. And then I have to look there and say, Road Dog, that was a really cool strategy and method that you're working on there, but really, when you look at the big picture, was it worth the risk? And I'm like, damn, no, it wasn't. There's no reason to ride that shit down that far. So there's a problem getting out of, for me, getting out of the futures. Once I started getting into the red, I have a problem cutting that off. And so, you know, that's something I keep having to work on that. And I talk about it because I'm sure that I am not the only one with that problem. I would say more than 95% of people have that problem when it comes to futures, because really, it's just gambling. Your life-changing money does not come from futures. A lot of it will come from spot, and we're trying to boost it up a little bit with some spot margin, but still, even this is not a solid, 100% effective way. It can help, believe me. If you do it right, you'll see the differences. But we got to take profits and not try to treat this as a diamond hold, because that interest will start eating you up. Slowly but surely, and that's true for every exchange. It's hidden. You don't realize it at the time when you're making the trades and the little bits that are coming in and out, or coming out, but it adds up every trade where you're buying or selling. Those exchanges, that's how they make their money, or that's the main way they get their fees. I think maybe they have some influence on that. But anyway, let's go over here. My cumulative profit and loss, man, I was up $50,000 there, and then I was down $50,000. Gave it all right back. How about that? And I was working stuff. I was trying to take some profit. I'm not as aggressively as I'm doing now, though. And then it's been an ugly ride, really. But that's just because, anticipating the market to perform. Now, when the market starts performing and my bags are packed, that's when payday comes. But this is kind of where we're at right now. Let me come over quickly to the chat, see if we got any questions over here. Oh, can't say. Yeah, I'm not going on camera. This is just going to be a talky one. I didn't want to have to go through all the big setup. I just want to try and do something quick before Joe gets on stream, which he's getting ready to get on now. So let me go ahead and get through my strategies quick, and then I'm going to head over and check out Joe's stream at 3 o'clock here. So right now I'm trying to get back over to me markets. Where are you? We need to get over to margin. All right, so I'm paying attention to my risk levels. I'm trying to keep them up. I don't like them being in the 40s anymore. I was at one point, I said, oh, it's kind of cool. I really don't like it. The ones in the orange are the ones where I cannot borrow money. So they're kind of at, technically at break even, I would say, from where I started buying in. So they're in kind of a wild area. The ones that have helped me out the most, Rune is growing up there. I've been playing that little sucker. I've got that one in a great percentage. I can play this sucker. Ooh, baby. So my Rune bag's doing good. Solana, I'm growing that. I check this. Now, what I like to do is I like to go back on the exchange and I like to keep track of how much I moved over when I started. And I've written all that stuff down, and I compare how much I have in equity to there and how much I have in my overall position. I want to try to have at least twice as much as what I moved over, at least. And in a lot of these, I've got more than that. But I'm trying to hold on to that at least, regardless of whatever goes on. And part of the way I do that, or one of the ways I do that, is with this strategy. And let me go back to our regular charts, and we'll start talking strategies and what I'm actually doing over here. So let's pull up let's go over Caspa. That's a good, because she just kind of sideways anyway. And I'm working hard on Caspa because I think Caspa's coming down. I think she's got a chance to come down a little lower. I'm seeing some we're under the 200 moving average. Maybe we can come back here. I'm hoping so. Here's what I'm doing. I'm gonna go to a bigger time frame here. And you probably see me do this before, but I'm getting these areas. I'm pulling my fibs, right? Well, not as this drastic. I'm gonna go from that one here. Oh, no, you're down here. My bad. High to low. So I'm using my fibs a lot for different pulls, and I might pull from different areas to get these things. But basically, I mean, the same thing. I'm looking at the extremes of my thing. I'm pyramiding. And if it keeps coming down, I'm doing that too. And then I've got, I don't have them down this low. But, you know, as I start selling up, I get powder, and then I roll it over down here and start making orders on the low. Now, I don't have them down as low as 12 cents right now or anything. But that's my game plan with all my altcoins. Pyramiding, my biggest orders up here, and they just kind of taper off. As price goes into it, I get dollars. And then as that dollars comes out, well, I take it, and then I start pyramiding in here. Bigger orders and bigger orders. Because we're in a range, and what we're going to do is just go up and down within this range. So I'm going to collect and sell, and that helps me kind of hedge these areas. And so even if we keep coming down, I've still got this strategy. So I'm still kind of rolling it. It's still a game of rolling it, and I may start putting my buy orders lower and lower so that she can catch down and get it back. I'm just drawing all over the screen and making it nasty, aren't I? So my game plan is, as she comes up here, whatever dollars that I get, I start with, you know, layering those little suckers in so that when she comes down, she'll pick them up, and that way I can capitalize on this range thing. If we start breaking up, great, man. I've got orders. I do. They're stacked all through here. Let it go. It'll pay off that loan, and then, you know, I want to make sure that I come out with at least as much Caspa as I put in. I do not want to lose on any of my coins. I should be coming out with more. The goal is for Caspa, I'm actually trying to build this bag, and I think I've got, like, you know, I put in like 78,000 Caspa. I want to come out with at least over, I would like to get about 120 out of it. But at this point in the game, I will pat myself on the back if I come out with 100,000 Caspa with this. It all depends on how Caspa performs. If she starts coming back up to 30, you know, to 20 cents, then I'm golden. I'll have that loan paid off in no time. Dry powder, just ready to buy whatever next big crashes that we have. So that's my goal right now, is on all these coins as to our previous highs and stuff. And at some point we'll bust through there and we'll be golden. But until then, we've got some ranges here, and I can see Caspa getting back down to 13 cents. Possibly could. People don't like to hear that, but you know, that's what the charts are kind of indicating there. And some of these altcoins, so I'm expecting overall with altcoins a pump up and then probably a pullback. And listen, I know it's October and I know everybody's getting excited and we're going to the moon, but just remember, November kind of sucks a lot. And December has its sucky moments too. There are weeks in these months where we're going to be in drawdown and you're like, oh man, I should have took more profit. Why didn't I? Trust me, that will be coming. So I wouldn't feel bad about taking any profits right now at this point in the market, even though people are saying, have your bags back, have them all back. I think we're going to have some more chances to keep adding to our bags. So I wouldn't be full on just hold, but I would start building. Slowly. Because we still, I mean, I know everybody's, and maybe Bitcoin will start taking off. It will just make a big old giant green dildo all the way to the end of the year. But more than likely not. Well, there will be ups and downs, and we can capitalize on that. So that teetotal mentality of going all in is something that I think, you know, and I'm seeing that a little bit more on YouTube, and influencers saying that, and you gotta watch that. And I mean, people talking about SWE being the greatest thing. It's going to keep going. They just had a big unlock. Now, I'm backing off on SWE. I think $1.40, $1.45. You can come back there, if not a little bit lower, as they start selling off and taking profits at its new highs. But I've also got some sell orders up at SWE. Let's talk about SWE right now. Because I was building my bag when we were down here. I was. And it wasn't too big. It wasn't too big. But this is what I want all of our altcoins, right? Where we can come up and get these, 2-3X's or whatever. That one did really good for me. Wish I'd put more in. But, there's some sell pressure going on. So the same thing here that I'd be doing is just pyramiding. I'm going all the way. I think I'm up to $3. Just in case. Maybe they'll push it up there, but she ain't going to get much further than here. I don't think she'll get much further than 260 if it gets all bullish, and then a pullback. Then I can start really working about coming back in. So I've got sell orders up there, and a lot. I borrowed some SWE to do this too because I started running out. Right. I think I only have like 200 something SWE, and I've been shorting a lot of that and just picking up a little when she comes back, just so I have some. But mostly I'm going to be waiting for the bigger pullback, and then I'm going to pyramid in. So it's like an hourglass, really, if you think about it. You got an hourglass thing, and you kind of just set it up wherever your middle is at the point, and then you can start working it. But I would, if you're high, you want to focus more on or maybe just paying back your loan and waiting, and then stacking your orders when you actually see price come down. You don't have to have them set ahead of time. But that's the general idea that I'm trying to do throughout this with all my altcoins. Waiting for that bigger pullback that we should be getting at some point, especially on a lot of these that are taking off, and then jumping in harder. All right, I think I want to wrap it up and go over and check out Joe. He's just now starting over there, but I just want to give a little bit of an update. Spot margin, where it's at, and hopefully where it will go. And this is too many coins. My whole goal here is to weed these suckers out, and hopefully I'll do that on these pumps that we're getting. This is where I'm at now. Let's hope we can get this little sucker back up. I'd love to see it around 120 or something like that. And then I want to start collecting stablecoin. That's the one coin I don't have enough of, and I need some. I want to start buying some stablecoin. We forget about buying that stable coin. I think they changed my mindset toward that. Well, look, today I'm up $7,000. Look, I'm a genius. I am fortunate. I am blessed to be up this much again. Because she can easily fall back down to 70, and I don't want to see that happen. So hopefully we can avoid that. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope I asked some questions. If you got any questions about anything, leave them in the video comments, not on the chat, but in the video comments, or even in the Telegram group, and that way I can come back and address them on the next stream. But I'll go ahead and get out of here, and thanks for hanging out. See you guys on the next one.